Alright, yo dudes and dudettes, your friendly neighbor JaxBlade is back, and yes, I know, I'm sorry, okay? I had a chest cold all last week, shit was bullshit, my voice was shot out, I literally just recovered from that crap. Though, good news is that chest cold, like, negated all the pain I've had in my tendons and my elbows for a bit, so I'm able to lift heavier weights now and starting to notice my gains coming back, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. So anyways, I filmed a bunch of workout videos. I'm sending over to my editor, but whatever. Like, I'm having a video coming tomorrow and a video coming Saturday because I, just wanted to have something good. I want quality back on my channel, not just like, oh, random reaction. So, just saying that, get it done. Also, I've been tirelessly working on this new project I got coming out, the Project Naruto Hero's Will thing on how to develop a hero's will. So that's another thing, but I just want to make this video because I just saw My Hero Academia 2 Heroes in theaters, and I just want to do a quick hot take on it while I'm fresh out the theater. And I just want to do this really quickly, as I know I feel sort of weird uploading 2 My Hero Academia videos back to back, but whatever, I'm just gonna talk about it because for the most part, I had a good time. Like, if you haven't seen the movie, I won't spoil it until, like, the very end of this thing. Like, because there's just something I want to just, like, get hype over for a second. But besides that, I just want to talk about the movie. I think the movie was pretty good. It was a fun movie. But the thing I want to say about this movie is, first off, it is interesting. This takes place before the season 3 starts, so before they go off to training camp. So if you've seen the episode, they have that whole episode with the dub where they show like, oh yeah, this is a fun little episode, it's nothing too serious, but it led up to the movie and they talked about the movie. So it was a nice little thing. It was like a nice little slice of life thing. But one thing I want to bring up about the movie right from the get-go is it looks phenomenal, don't get me wrong, but it looks as great as the show. Like, and that's not a bad thing, but it's something I take notice of. So, for instance, if you've seen the One Piece movies and you compare the One Piece movies to the series, it looks like there's a difference between, like, watching a One Piece movie and watching a One Piece anime episode. Like, if you watch Dragon Ball Z movies, there's a difference between watching Dragon Ball Z movie versus Dragon Ball Z the series. Like, you just see these little subtle differences between them because it's in the live action. Or hell, Pokemon did this back in the day. Digimon did it too, where you watch the anime of the series and then you watch the movie and it looks completely different, like different animes. So the fact they still use bones was great, but it was also one of those things where it was like, huh, it didn't have that movie-esque feel. It sort of felt like a really good filler episode. So, like, that's not a diss or anything like that, because, I always say I like slice of life filler episodes, but, I thought what they did with the characters were great. I liked seeing the little interactions. I thought the voice acting was good. Though I will say, I don't know if it was just me or the theater I was in, but there were certain things where it was a bit choppy at points. I don't know if that was my projector or something like that, but or if the animation was it. It was fascinating. Just, it was a bit choppy. And then what else I want to talk about this movie? The theater was packed. It was a quiet experience. I actually got recognized 4 times in my theater, so that was fun. That was an awesome thing. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm getting back in the video flow again. Just like being with the chest cold full of like mucus and shit. So I still got some crap in there. What else I want to say about the movie? This got spoilery. Everything. I liked how the audience, and you know what, one of the things I did like how the audience reacted when certain characters are on screen. Like, they would have like, oh, here comes Bakugo, and the whole crowd was just, oh, it's Todoroki, everyone got hype. Or like when various characters they recognized showed up, it was like one of those things. It was a nice, fun experience. It reminds me sort of when I went to go see Pokemon the movie in theaters when I was a little kid, or when I saw Digimon the movie in theaters as a little kid, and just being in that experience. Or when I saw Battle of Gods the first time, that was like insane, like seeing that in theaters. And yeah, it was really good. I liked it a lot. Like, I do wish that they would have, see, I'm trying to word this without spoiling anything. It was a Okay, you know what? The whole thing, I thought it was great. Like, I thought it was cool seeing All Might with his white eyes again, like, before he had his damage and his eyes got all sunk down. I thought that was cool. Yeah, it was interesting. The voice acting was great. Am I trading on lines? Whatever. Okay, you know what? I'll talk about my grievances with the film, because there are little grievances. The thing is, the villains in this film don't really feel all that intimidating, especially post watching the series, and we've already dealt with, you know, All for One, and I know this is prior to All for One showing up, but it's just, it doesn't, I don't know, I never got like a sense of like, oh god, this villain is like, you know, a big intimidating thought, because also in the back of my head I was like, oh well, they're all gonna be okay, it's not really dangerous. But like, I did really enjoy what they did with All Might when it showed that, oh, this boy, this is why he's the #1 hero. Like, you need to see how he was in his prime. You need to see what he was acting like and doing like. I thought that was phenomenal, all of that. And what else can I say without spoiling anything? You know what? I'll say this. If you have the chance, definitely go see it. Highly recommend it. And you know what? I'm just going to get into some spoiler territory for the stuff, because that's all I can say. I pretty much say, in general, I would give this like a DT low matinee. I'd probably give it a low matinee. Like, I wouldn't say rental, because it is one of those things when you see it in the theater, it is like an incredible experience. So I definitely recommend seeing it in theater. So I'd give it like a double toasted spill rating of matinee for all my toasties and fellow spillios out there. But besides that, yeah, like, there are issues I had with some of the villains, but that was it. All right. Let me just talk about this part now. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so one of the things okay, God, like the villains that show up in the film, they really don't feel that like threatening to me at all. Like, I get that, okay, the kids have to do this thing, and then they keep doing this thing with the kids where they're like, oh, we can't fight villains yet, we don't have our provisional licenses, we have to do this. And I'm just like, okay, I get you guys don't want to do this fight thing, and Ida's talking all like, guys, we can't fight. We can't fight. We gotta make sure if this happens. And it's just, that part was rather annoying. So they had to, like, work around it, introduce these robots and make them fight them. And it was always cool to see Todoroki and Bakugo and Kirishima, like, go ham. Like, they had some of the best fight scenes where they were just like, okay, I'm gonna fuck you up. And there's scenes where I was like, ah, shit, he used his sweat in his bomb. That was dope. I love that shit. It got me hype. There's, like, several scenes in this movie where I got hype as hell with what was going on. And then, like, there's this twist that the main guy they're following is like, he's trying to make this super quirk thing that amplifies your quirk so that you're able, so All Might won't, you know, die, basically, because he's been All Might's best friend since he was a little kid. And, well, not little kid, but like when they were younger. And so he puts this thing on him, and he's like, all right, well, he has this creation that got stopped because it would have made too many people too powerful. And so basically he was like, I'm gonna steal it back because it got stopped. Hold on a second, my fucking TV just turned. Okay, that was weird. So it basically, he loses this because the people are like, this is too powerful, we're gonna lock it away. And so he comes up with a scheme to steal it back. And so he goes and steals it back. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna hire I'm gonna hire actors to be these villains, and I'm gonna like get it and take it away so I can give it to All Might so he can feel better. And then like the villains are actually real villains, because All for One was like, oh, I orchestrated this whole thing, I want to fuck up the All Might's power and all this shit. And it's just, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. You know, it was one of those things where I was like, I sort of saw it coming, but it wasn't like something where I was like, oh my god, this is just so predictable. I was just like, oh, I could see it coming either way. The new girl I didn't mention, I liked her, you know, a lot as a character. She was nice, sweet enough. And thing with Deku, like all the scenes with Deku I thought were just badass as hell. Like, you know what, this is part I'm just gonna go off on. Him and All Might have the dopest father-son Kamehameha thing. And it's like, if you watch the Team 4-star finale where they had like the thing where they put you say run over the Kamehameha, it's like that It's so fucking badass, bro. Like, it is so dope. Like, he fucking gets his fist, and they do this thing together, and then All Might's, like, posing, and Deku, like, his shirt comes off, and you see his fucking muscles and gains, and he's just like, bam, and he has his glove on, which lets him punch at 100% full power, and it is the dopest fucking thing in the movie, because him and All Might just team up on this final villain who gets the superpower thing and is like attacking them because like that's what All For One commanded, and they just fucking lay his ass out, and it's one of the most badass hype scenes. I was like, whoa, whoa, like hype, and I was just like, oh, I was just freaking out, man. That was just an amazing, incredible scene that I loved. I thought it was incredible. I loved it. And, you know, the movie, so far, I would just say, like, it really did, though, feel like just a big filler episode. Like, I mean, it was cool to see all these little characters. They got your favorites in there, like, all doing stuff, but it's not, like, anything substantial. Like, that whole thing of them not being able to fight bad guys because, you know, they don't have provisional licenses. I guess you can't... I know they said that in season 2, but it's just one of those things where I'm just like, okay, like, guys, come on, go whoop some ass now. And they did. They ended up doing it, but still, it was one of those things I was just, whatever. But, yeah, I just wanted to do quick thoughts. This wasn't even really a review. It was just, like, my thoughts on seeing the movie, because I did really enjoy it, and I'm just speaking, like, free range of consciousness, and I felt like, you know, I haven't uploaded a video in a while, and I'm back to doing my quality stuff, you know, stuff like that. Like, sorry if the last few videos have just been sort of like, oh, reaction to this, this is a reaction to that. Like, I don't want to be one of those channels. No dissing them. I got nothing but love for them, but that's not my thing. I like putting, like, stuff. I like doing, like, you know, various ways. I don't know how to word this, like, the politest way possible. I don't think that's my time to shtick, but I do like doing videos like this every once in a while. And, yeah, sorry for I haven't uploaded in a while, and I'm gonna fix that, recommend it, all that crap. And, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna be hitting my month of Halloween soon very much, so that's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff that I've got planned. And yeah, that's just gonna be awesome. Anyways, just want to make this video really quick, just 12 minutes, talk about the movie. Definitely go watch in theaters if you have the chance to. I thought it was pretty good, matinee, not perfect, not mind blown, but yeah, that certainty in the end, whew, loved it. All right, keep calm, booyah on, don't forget, Momentai. Have a good night now.